You guys, Happy New Year and welcome to another episode of Soft Rebellion. My name is Indat and thank you so much for joining me. So I haven't released an episode in a very long time. I think since the beginning of December. But I've just been on vacation and whatnot, and today I'm just prompt to record this session because I think I'm going through a friendship breakup. It's not certain because we haven't spoken, but there's certain things that are transpiring. In part, I'm responsible for, and the other part she's responsible for. But I don't know, I feel like so many things could have been mitigated from just simply having an honest, open conversation. And I suppose I also didn't lead the charge to having that conversation. And I'm gutted, right? My heart is so sore. And I'm just like, I know this feeling all too well. Like, I know it. I've been through this. And it sucks either way, right? It sucks so much. But the only difference this time around is that there are certain things I'm also responsible for. It would be so easy to say, they did this, they did that, they did that. But I also realize, some of my actions that were problematic and could have led to the situation. And as they were unfolding, I had this awareness, but at the same time, I rationalized it, right? It was almost like everything is happening in slow motion. And I thought at any moment I could make a different decision. But I stopped myself from doing that because there's also so many assumptions, I would call them that led me to believe otherwise, and maybe ego too. I don't know, maybe part of my ego was bruised, and so I didn't reach out as I should have. So yeah, I don't know, guys, it just sucks. And I think it's highlighting to me the fact that you can have something so beautiful but also have it end for simply acting in a particular way or not acting in a particular way. I don't know. I hate this. I just hate it, and I feel so helpless, right? Because I'm like, what does all of this mean? Like, am I the drama? Am I the problem? I cannot believe that after so many years, since the last major friendship breakup I had, I'm back here again, guys. And this is not certain, right? Because we haven't spoken, but I just know that things are not going to be the same. Also because before this, a couple of months before this, things were never the same, and yeah. I think part of the reason I'm sad this time around is because I'd hoped for things to be different, and this time together was actually meant to restore, any challenges we had in the past, some of the misunderstandings that I know existed long before. But I think there's major differences. I never thought they were irreconcilable differences, but I think now it might be too late, Had we mitigated the situation much sooner, things would have been different. And it's also so sad because it's in the new year. You know how people are like, oh, new year, new me, cutting people off and whatnot. I hate that whole narrative, and I feel like now I'm also falling into it. And guys, a heartbreak from a friendship, like from a friendship breakup, unimaginable. Like, I don't wish that on anyone, especially because I love my friends so deeply. But also, love isn't just something you say, it's something you do. And I suppose this morning I didn't act lovingly, and I had my reasons, but I suppose the basis is I didn't act lovingly. And I do hope that they will also get to own up to their actions as well, and how they could have mitigated the situation. But I mean, this is my podcast and I get to reflect on my actions and my thoughts and not someone else's. So I don't know, like, I talk about wanting partnership, like life partnership and a relationship. And this whole thing has made me question if I'm really ready for that, because if I can't have difficult conversations, am I really prepared, you know? And it's like, what's my stance then in this whole situation? Also, I can't go into detail, so you guys will have to read between the lines or listen to this hypothetical situation. But what is my stance in this whole thing? Like, do I fight? Is this even worth fighting for? And I'm not asking this question in the sense that is the person worth fighting for, because she's lovely. I love her, guys. We had a life together, but now it's like, is this a friendship that can be salvaged? You know, like I'm trying to think about the things that brought us together and the things that we enjoyed together, that we loved, and how we supported each other and showed up for each other. And I'm also trying to think about the differences and trying to tally those, and if it could work out. And you know what? I do need to think about that and really tally it, because I'm so confused. But I'm so heartbroken at the same time. Like, it's like my heart is breaking in real time, and I'm trying to distract myself with my dog or watching something, and I'm failing. I think I'm also getting anxious about talking later, right? Because, I mean, we're here together, and if we part ways, we will have to have a conversation about it. What does that even look like? You know? Like, where do we go from here? Oh, I hate this. Like, I never want to feel this way. Not because of a girl, not because of a nigga. Like, and I suppose this is the cost of loving someone, right? Of loving in general, because you get to lose and you get to feel that loss deeply. And that's the blessing and curse at the same time. Like, what is it worth it? You know, I thought about it. I was like, how simple life would be if I just existed in a silo by myself. But I also think about how enriching my life was because of my friends. You know, how beautiful life was because of my friends, and how romantic, and life just is that much better because of people, right? But it would also be so simple without them. Like, people just complicate things, myself included, like having to think about someone else's feelings because they aren't clear. You know, the episode I recorded about existing outside of the physical realm. Like, if we didn't exist in our bodies, we wouldn't need to conceal our thoughts and feelings and emotions, because everything would just be a light. I don't know. I imagine a glowing light, maybe a different color if someone was happy, and a different color if someone was sad and mad or whatever. Like, I don't know, like an electric or a magnetic type way of communicating. Wouldn't things be easy if that was the case? But now we have to use our words, our language to communicate, and that isn't always the case. That doesn't always happen. And now we read between the lines, and we can be so wrong in doing so, because other people have their own thoughts that are independent from our own worldview, our own perspectives or perceptions, and so now how I'm experiencing this thing is so different and so unique from how they're experiencing it. And I just wish we could just see right through the silence, you know? And that's not possible. So unfortunately, we find ourselves here, and this place sucks. Like, it sucks so hard, guys. Like, I don't know if it sucks. The alternative obviously is talking. This sucks so bad. Anyway, I would just like to encourage you guys to talk. I feel like I'm learning this lesson for the second time. And it sucks the same this time around too, And maybe I'm learning it so that you guys don't have to. I hope you guys talk to the people in your lives, when you experience discomfort or misunderstandings. Address it there and then. Don't shut down, don't keep quiet, because that leaves room for assumptions to fester. And assumptions can be wrong and they can be misguided. And our brains do tend to create the worst scenario of every situation. So, yeah. Talk, guys. Talk to each other. I've said it in the past as well. Like, I'm such a big believer in talking. And I suppose this time around I didn't take my own advice. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna keep this short. My heart is breaking, guys, and this is so sad. What a terrible way to start the year. I don't know, maybe I'm gonna update this session after having a conversation with my friend. Let's see. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and please talk to your people. If you love them and are still hoping to rectify things, to fix things, talk to them. And I can tell you this works. Like, I recently had a dinner with another friend of mine. I think there were certain assumptions I'd made as well, like feelings I had which I felt weren't being understood, or disappointments and stuff. As soon as I expressed those, my energy shifted, and I think they were starting to feel the distance as well. I don't know how to still continue a friendship as if we're okay if I'm not okay. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to pretend. But also because I'm not confrontational, it's hard for the other person to know exactly where I am and to be able to address those things that I'm disgruntled with. But after we spoke with a friend of mine, like, I feel like the energy shifted and we're us again. But I failed to do that this time around. And it's so sad. Like, yeah, it's so sad to feel like you're watching a car crash in real time, like you are just observing the whole thing happen and the ball has started rolling, like you can't stop it. And I am hoping to stop it or salvage the situation today. But let's see. And I think a part of me recording this isn't to spill my dirty laundry or cause discomfort to anyone. It's to regulate myself, just so that I can at least enjoy the rest of the day. Like, go about all the chores I'm meant to do. I'm doing laundry, need to take care of my dog and continue potty training and other things planned for the rest of the trip. But yeah. Anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of the day, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you at the next episode. If you can even hear through me, because I see the voice has just gone down so much. Yeah, I do appreciate you guys, tuning in still. Leave me comments. I'm really keen to hear about your experiences of friendship breakups or any types of breakups, but friendships mostly, because I do hold that dear. And this is one issue I can relate to right now. So, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.